It gives me great pleasure to be part of this business dialogue. The timing is auspicious, given its occurrence during a period in which Nigeria is aggressively focused on diverting its economy in order to create employment for its large and growing population, leverage the African Continental Free Trade Area to promote trade and market access for our country's tradable goods and services, and build industrial capacity and address critical concerns around infrastructure and security, and ensure food security and poverty reduction. Interestingly, economic relations between Nigeria and the People's Republic of China have steadily progressed since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1971. This is illustrated by the amount of Chinese participation in Nigeria's infrastructural development. Let me quickly highlight a few projects that have received intervention from the Chinese government. Rehabilitation of 4 international airport terminals, Abuja Light Rail Project, and the Railway Modernization Project, amongst others. Both countries share certain commonalities which have helped foster diplomatic relations over the years. For instance, both countries dominate their continents in terms of economic growth, GDP, and population size. Coincidentally, both countries also celebrate their National Day on the 1st of October. There is, however, a need to further strengthen our economic and diplomatic ties. Nigeria is going through an economic transformation, and the government has implemented a number of policy measures to position Nigeria as a preferred investment destination. 1. Revision of Nigeria's bilateral investment treaty model to include the provision of investment facilitation to support investors in actualizing their investments and to balance investors' rights with obligations. 2. Commencement of the implementation of the Nigerian National Policy, which is aimed at putting in place the necessary regulatory framework, institutions, and physical infrastructure to ensure global acceptance of Nigeria's products. 3. Establishment of a public-private partnership style infrastructure company with over $2 billion seed capital and overall capitalization of $30 billion. This InfraCo will finance public asset development as well as rehabilitate and reconstruct public infrastructure. 4. Commencement of the development of our investment policy to promote and facilitate investment into under-penetrated sectors as well as emerging industries. These are the federal government's conscious efforts aimed at creating an enabling environment, enhancing Nigeria's participation in the African Continental Free Trade Area, and to strategically position Nigeria as an inroad, as a road of export to other African countries at lower tariffs. As you may be aware, Nigeria is indeed blessed with large arable land, with only about 40% currently being cultivated. I would encourage you to take advantage of incentives provided by the federal government in this investment opportunity. Specifically, we will welcome investment propositions in the following: boosting local capacity through backward integration into the production of high-value agricultural products such as sugar, cassava, starch, palm oil, cotton, and dairy. And infrastructural development such as the development of special economic zones and industrial parks, in which China has demonstrated considerable expertise. I was most delighted to hear the Chinese government announce its $300 billion investment program for Africa, and I believe that Nigeria, given its strong fundamentals, is the most attractive investment destination on the continent of Africa. As I close, let me use this opportunity to wish you all a joyous Mooncake Festival, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. I know that it is a major holiday in China, and I enjoy seeing videos of the beautiful lantern lighting. I thank you, and may God bless our two great nations. Thank you very much.